A quick trade review of the GBPUSD short that I took today on Tuesday, which is today, but it'll probably be uploaded on the Wednesday trading day. Probably go over a little bit of open, high, low, close. Just briefly going over that, how I used open, high, low, close in this trade, the timing aspect of this trade, because nobody really teaches open, high, low, close too often, because it is obviously the hardest one to master, and once you understand it, it's kind of OP, so a lot of people don't want to teach it, and I'm not going to teach it fully of everything that I know, but I will briefly go over some of open, high, low, close, how I used it. And yeah, so high time frame order flow for me, not high time frame order flow, actually short term order flow is bearish because of this current monthly candle, right? So we have May 1st. And when does this high get put in? Beginning of the month, right? Open high, turtle soup, range high. And why is this a range high? Look at this 2-week candle, okay? And let me know how that specific candle represents the range that I always want to see. Look at the range high, look at the range low, and look at what happens inside the range, and it'll tell you that this is the range that I want to see, right? And why is this the range I want to see? Well, we have a prominent swing high, prominent swing low, okay? So it's step one for the range that we want to see be turtle souped, all right? What happens at the 50%? It's being respected. It's getting bounced off of, respected, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is building interest on the sell side and the buy side. So once smart money pushes price up, okay, I just explained this in the range video as well. The turtle soup at the 50% is most likely a very explosive move, okay? Because what does this explosive move represent? It represents volume, right, which draws in the buyers who have their buy stops here, okay? They see this massive move, and they're all wanting to buy above this high because they're taught to buy highs and sell below lows, but that is the complete opposite of what you want to do. You want to sell above highs and buy below lows, okay? So yeah, turtle soup at 50%. This is the perfect range that I want to see, all right? And there's a high time frame key level to the left. You can go figure out what that is, right? And let's go to the weekly open, right? So I did not get my entry up here, which is where I wanted to get my entry. I wasn't on the charts at the time, and I just never got a retracement into here. But we did have a very, very nice trade, which was this 4-hour CRT. Okay, this one specific candle is representing our price and our time range. Okay. And as you know, every range is always, obviously they're always slightly different. They don't look the exact same, but the principle of the ranges applies every single time. And if it doesn't apply, I'm not going to trade the range. It's really that simple. You just have to be picky with your setups and to don't be an idiot and risk your money on low quality gambles and wait for a high quality trade. So we have a prominent swing low and a prominent swing high. 50% is being respected here. It's being respected here. Accumulation, right? 50% turtle soup takes us up to range high. And why was this high not a turtle soup? Okay. Why did we just break above this high? Or this high right here? Turtle soup? Nope. Just gets broken above. So there's millions of highs getting broken above, broken above, broken above. And if you pattern trade turtle soup, you would have lost 30 times today. Okay? But you have to have the understanding of time and the understanding of ranges. So the reason why this is the correct range for me well, personally, it's a very, very clean range, singular candle, right? And we have our high time frame key level being this 4-hour order block wick. And if you study order blocks, if there is a fair value gap printed right after the order block has been closed below, the wick is a high probability place, like a sensitive point in price. If there's no fair value gap here, I'm waiting till the body. But if there's a fair value gap, the wick is permissible to trade from, and it can be used as a high time frame key level. That's something you should write down and look back through, because it is very, very apparent and happens all the time. Okay, and so we have our high time frame order flow, which is, or short term order flow, which is bearish. It's terrible spelling, whatever. Right, short-term order flow is bearish. Day of the week, what does Monday do? If you study weekly profiles, right, Monday kind of sets the catalyst for the week with a down move, right? So I can expect this potentially to hold as the weekly high, right, as high of week, but it could come back above here, right? Because that's another weekly profile I see a lot, and that's something I'll go over in later videos. All the weekly profiles I'll trade, because weekly profiles are the same as monthly profiles, are the same as daily profiles, right? Price is fractal, time is fractal. Every single way a candle prints, it prints the same on the higher time frame and the lower time frame. So write that down. So the timing aspect of why I'm expecting later in the day to cap the day, later in the trading candle to cap the high of the day, is because if we look at Euro, right? Euro USD. Okay. So if we look at Euro, this was the opening of Tuesday, right? And this was the opening of Tuesday. So Euro decides to open low, turtle soup, right, and expand upwards. And I took a long here on Euro. It was kind of like it was just like a short trade. I wasn't too confident in it, so I only closed it for like 3 RR. It's kind of pointless to review. It's not like a super high quality trade that you want to study, right? If I gotten a better entry, I could have broken it down much better. But with the entry I got, because I was late, there's no point in breaking it down. And then pound, right, opens low SMT. It does not take the high. So for me personally, I'm expecting Tuesday to be a bullish candle, all right? Even though I'm bearish on the week, I'm bearish because of a range, swooping a range high. I'm expecting range low, 50% first and then the range low, okay? But Tuesday, I am expecting to print a bullish daily candle, all right? This is why you can't just say, okay, I'm bearish and now I'm going to short anytime a high is turtle soup. No, it's not how it works. You have to play along with the daily profiles within the weekly profiles, okay? And so I'm expecting a bullish daily candle. So when am I expecting the daily candle to be capped, all right? So if you divide, now this is something that you want to take note of and you want to look back on and really study, because when I learned and studied this, it really opened my eyes to time and the practicality of it. It's pretty insane. So if you divide your daily candles into 5 5-hour candles, it'll look just like a weekly candle, right? This could be your Monday, your Tuesday, your Wednesday, your Thursday, your Friday, in quotation marks, okay? From 5 to 10, this is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you pay attention to classic buy candles, what do? Monday, Tuesday puts in the low of week. We expect the cap on Thursday of the week, right? Now just translate that to a daily candle. The Monday of the candle, Tuesday open, soups Monday, a timed range with an SMT. Now I'm not expecting any shorts between 3 to 8, excuse me. I'm only looking at shorts after 8 o'clock and potentially within this 1 p.m. candle, all right? So that is why this timing is when I wanted to look for shorts. No shorts here, no shorts here, no shorts here. Only after this candle begins, because that represents the Thursday of the candle, in quotation marks, Thursday, okay? So we souped our 4-hour range into our key level right here. Now, we had an SMT. And what does this range high represent? It represents the high that broke the low. Key high to be turtle souped, as I mentioned in the previous videos. We had an SMT with pound. Okay, right here. SMT with pound. And I entered low time frame on the 1 minute. I'm not going to go over that, but I've already explained low time frame CRT within a high time frame CRT, low time frame range above a high time frame range. Go look at the range on either euro or pound, whichever one you want to look at. They're both viable. Go look at how I entered up here. So my entry was right around here. It's like right there. Wasn't a crazy RR. It was like 1 to 6.5. Right? And you might say, oh, this range failed. Look, we came back above the high. That's not true, because we hit the 50%. 50% of the range has been hit. That means this range was valid. You partial, and you are okay with price coming up and stopping you at a break even because you took partials here. You weren't greedy. You took partials. That is how you trade CRT. Okay. And why I closed there? Just an opposing PD array. I could have held till 50%. I think I closed down here. So it was like 1 to 7. I just screenshot it up here. Yeah, just an opposing PD array. And this happened because of Trump, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's how I shorted from here to here. Pay attention to the range, the timing aspect. Study, divide into 5-hour candles, and study how that works. Study weekly profiles, study monthly profiles, study daily profiles. They all are the exact same. They're never different. One just prints faster, one prints slower. That's the only difference. Okay. Yeah, and I gave you bias on pound for the upcoming week. I'm bearish, till the 50. And then from there, we'll see how price reacts to the 50%. Who knows? You could reject it and come back up higher. But I'm looking for shorts until this area in price, which is also a daily order block. 50% is probably aligned right near the 50% of the range. Yeah, it's pretty close. So that could be a key area to reverse from. But yeah, that's how I caught shorts. And yeah, this video is getting too long. But yeah, watch this 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And everything I said on open eye low close, that 5 minute that I said about it, is if you really study it and you really look into it and you actually take it as valuable as it really is, and you don't waste the information I just gave you, you will know how to profile and trade a daily candle better than how most people teach you. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this.